Very nice, boy. If you'd like to slip your trousers on over there.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Oh, yes, yeah, that's good. I'll put that on my. I'll use that on my.
Winching those trees apart. That was.
I mean, and the deliberate mistake there was, of course, I should have had a support between here and here, because with a big heavy mill like that, oversized mill for the log, what happened is that pulled down there by about ½ an inch, and so the mill's travelled down, so we'll have to correct that on the next cut. Now you must support your first cut system. The chain sharp, and this is just from Lidl. I think they're Parkside 12-volt grinder with the detachable battery. I think they do them now with the battery built in, and I don't know if you can see that. That is one of our coarse grade diamond grinding stones. And the great thing about this is there's no wires, there's no plugging in, and as long as you're looking to, you know what you're looking to achieve, you can actually do a very fast, quick job on a dull.
So you can see us now starting the second cut, and all is well. Start progressing up the log, and then we hit something. Sometimes the best thing to do is come back down from the other end.
So you can see here we've hit a stone, and that's what stone damage looks like. It's almost worse than metal. It strips the chrome off the cutting edge of the tooth. So we're going to have to, I'm not going to be able to get this chain back to full cutting force. Oh, look at that one down there as well. You see, so it's on one side that it's really caught the stone there. So what I'll do is I'll get the chain working again, then we'll come back down the other side and see if we can get rid of that plank, get that off there. So we've got a lovely bit of flint that end, which was right in there. Lovely job. And just to make life more interesting, because that obviously wasn't enough, there is that bit right in there.
I think this tree was female, don't you?
Yeah. So with that right in there, and you're milling up to it, there's nothing more blunting. At least with metal, you use your barbed wire or nail, you can sometimes go through it, and at least you know you're done. But with a stone, the worst thing is you don't hear it. You get up to it and you hit it.
Yeah, look at that. Another bastard.
Oh, you got another one there. It's not what we want to see.
Interestingly, because the chain had been blunted on one side, you can see where I've come up from the other side there, but actually the mill was rising up in the cut, and even with Paul almost standing on the mill, the front of the mill, it was still rising. So if you have this issue where the mill is rising up in the cut, it will be because there's an issue with one side of the chain. Either one side's longer, blunter, sharper, and that causes the chain to rock up in the cut and the mill to rise, and you can't actually stop that. What you can see us doing here is I'm trying to cross cut the tree, but we're just hitting.
Okay, so this is pretty much as bad as it gets. This is as bad as I've ever had, I think.
Hey.
I don't think. I've never seen anything quite as bad as this, where even at the top of the log up there, so we got flint there, you can see all the crisscross cuts here. Every single cut down in there has got a piece of flint waiting at the end of it, and that was the last chance. I mean, that was and still it's hit flint. There is flint throughout the entire tree. And I've never seen never come across, I mean, there's some bricks at the bottom which we dug out, but and that's it. It's scuppered us good and proper, really. It's knackered us, and that's calling it a day now.
Looking closer at the cutting teeth, you can see they're completely burred over, and this chain is pretty much not recoverable or not worth recovering from this extent of damage.
That cost me about 400 quid. You don't know, you see, I might have made 400 quid on it. So I'll have had a day out, and it didn't rain. But it's just horrendous. It was unusual, wasn't it, Rob, to get one quite.
That's the worst log. That's the worst log I've ever milled, ever.